Sports Minutes with Ziaul Raushan.
Money FM 89.3. It's time for Sports Minutes with me, Ziaul Raushan. Singapore may have dropped 2 precious points on Thursday, but there's still 9 crucial points to play for in the quest for Asian Cup qualification. And that begins with an assignment away in India on Tuesday, the 14th of October. So how will the Lions pick up the pieces? And more importantly, can they pick up a win to keep their hopes of qualification alive? Well, to find out more, joining me from Goa ahead of what is now a do-or-die clash against India is Ilhan Fandi. Ilhan, welcome to Sports Minutes. How are you?
Hi, Roshan. Thank you for having me. Doing great. Really excited for the big game on Tuesday. I think everyone's excited and can't wait to give it our all.
Happy to hear you're coping better, Ilhan, but I have to touch on the difficult night itself. For you personally and for the team, how difficult was it to suffer that late heartbreak?
Yeah, I think we controlled the game. They went down to 10 men. I think we could have controlled the game a bit better when they went down to 10 men. But this is football. When I don't take my chances, it will come back to bite us. So we have to be fully focused for the next game. I think football is 90 minutes plus maybe 95 minutes extra, so 95 minutes. So we have to focus for like 95 minutes because a little bit lack of concentration will lead to a goal. So yeah, in this international stage, we have to be fully focused.
Ilhan, I have a lot of respect that you put up your hand and said, if I took my chances. We'll talk about that missed chances in a short while. But first, give me the inside line into the immediate aftermath of the game. What was said in the dressing room? Who said what?
I think, of course, Coach Gavin said it and Aris, our team captain, said it, that we can't let 3 points slip away like that because we know how much it means to us that we want to qualify. So if you're really passionate about going to the Asian Cup, I think we have to really focus and not lose our concentration. And we still have this massive game on Tuesday that we can redeem ourselves. So I think that's what we're going to do, and we're a team, we're going to stick together, and we know we can do it.
Yeah, redemption clearly is the hope for Tuesday's assignment against India. Friday wouldn't have been easy as well, especially that first recovery session. Physically and mentally, how hard was it to pick yourself up and for the teammates as well?
I think for me personally, I think I'm a guy who believes that everything happens for a reason, and I think this will only make me stronger and the team stronger. And for me, it's a test on your mental and your character to see how you bounce back from moments like this. And for me, the next day I went to training. I wanted to get my confidence in the finishing drills in training, get my mood up a little bit, because I know I missed the chance, but I think when I came on, I was a bit lively. But yeah, I was unfortunate to score. And for me as a striker, I know I have to score this type of chances and help the team. So I took full responsibility that I didn't score. But next game, I'm going to do my best.
Ilhan, you touched on picking yourself up. I have to talk about your teammate, Jordan Ima Viwe. Firstly, how's the kid doing?
I think he's doing all right. I know it may be hard for him, but I think we have an amazing group. Everyone is there to support him. I think it's not only in football, but in life, someone does a mistake, and it's how you bounce back from that mistake. And I think Jordan is the top guy that he knows his mistake, and it happens in football, it's how you bounce back. And football is a team sport. You win together, you lose together, and you draw together. So for me, I'm just there to help Jordan, and the team is there to help Jordan. And we know Jordan have a lot of qualities, so we're not too worried how he's going to bounce back.
Now, we've unfortunately seen the dark side of football come to fore in the light of what Jordan went through, and I have to make this message loud and clear. However isolated this may be, I think it's my duty to remind each and every listener, fan and follower that there is no place for racism or hate speech in the beautiful game, one that gives us so much highs as well as lows. Ilhan, anything you'd like to add on that front?
I think exactly what you said. I think football is football and life is life. At the end of the day, he's human as well. Everyone makes mistakes, but there's no place for racism. I think that is just too far. I think it's happening too much now in this modern day. Very sad to hear. I think for that person or a few people who are racially abusing Jordan, I think you should look at yourself in the mirror and think what you just said, because I think everyone makes mistakes, and yeah, for me, there's no room for racism, and no room for racism anywhere in the world, any sport or anything you do, no racism, yeah.
Thank you, Ilhan, for sharing that powerful message. I completely echo what you said. Let's bring it back to football now. You've touched on it twice in terms of your missed chances, right? I have to ask, yes, Jordan's back pass will take the headlines, but does it almost sting you a bit more that perhaps you could have put the game to bed?
I know it myself. I'm very disappointed myself for not scoring, because I know I even said it to my brother Iksan. If I scored that goal, the game game would have been done and dusted 2-0. It would be hard for them to come back. So I said it in the interview after the game that I take full responsibility for not scoring. And for me, my job is to score. And I'm just very disappointed because I think I've been very sharp in training, sharp in games, and just really disappointed in myself. But there's no point to be sad now because there's a new day, a new bright day coming on Tuesday, and I'm going to do my best.
We are all eagerly hoping you will bring your best on Tuesday. Ilhan, let me ask you this. You talk about going back to the pitch on Friday, putting in extra drills. What specifically are you doing to so-called sharpen the knives ahead of Tuesday?
I think it's just, the biggest players in the world as well miss chances, But for me, it's just about when you miss a big chance like that, that could have helped the team to win. I think you just go back to what you've been doing day in, day out, just getting your confidence, because I think I've been on good form. For me, I know I can do it, so I'm not too bothered about it. But just wanted to see where I can do better in that situation. And I know everyone believes in me, and I believe in myself, so I'm not too bothered. Yeah, if I can do it against Malaysia and Myanmar, why can't I do it against India? I got into good positions to score, but unfortunately I didn't convert it. But next game, I'll do my best to score.
I'm glad you brought up Malaysia and Myanmar as well, because you had 2 goals in those 2 games. And I'm starting to wonder almost, right? Things are going okay at Buriram. You're catching the eye in terms of performances, but you're not exactly getting minutes week in, week out. Do you think that at all is hampering your sharpness?
I wouldn't say so, because I think I've been doing quite well in Buriram. I know I'm battling with top quality players. It's not always easy, and it's the challenge that I took to go to Buriram. And I think I feel a difference even when I'm not playing too much, because I think the training intensity and how the team works and all, because I can see it that when I play for the national team, I feel so much sharper. I know I didn't score that 1v1, but I think overall that game, I was very sharp when I came on. I was lively. And yeah, maybe if I scored that game, maybe I had a fantastic game. But this is football. You miss, you have a bad game. You score, you're a hero. You know what I mean? So for me, I think I'm not too worried about it. I'm just happy with my current form now. And yeah, I'm just going to bring the positives from the last game to India game, because I went into those chances. I got into that situation. So yeah, it's all right. But it's international football. I have to score this.
Absolutely. Let's talk about, in terms of you getting into those positions, great positions, right? In the past 3 games for Singapore, you've come off the bench. You've sort of made that impact sub position your own, right? As a striker, I know you always want to start, but is that frustrating for you that you're so good, you make such an impact off the bench that you almost have shoehorned yourself into that role?
For me, I've said it many times, whether the coach wants me to start or to come on, I know I have some quality that I can give to the team, bring to the team, and the players believe in me as well. So whether I start or not, when I come on or not, I always try and give 100%. And I've said it many times that when I come off the bench, I want to prove to the coach that I deserve to start and try and give more attacking options in the forward. And I think I did that against India, but I was just unlucky not to score. And yeah, I think for me, as long as I'm enjoying my football, I'm happy. And at this point, I think it's to put my ego aside and for Singapore to qualify for the Asian Cup, no matter what's that. For me to start, for me to come in, for me not to play.
I was worried you might give me a cliche answer in terms of I'll do whatever the coach wants, but you sort of touched on it in terms of putting the ego aside and putting the greater purpose forward. Let me ask you this. You are a striker. Your brother Iksan is a striker. Both of you obviously competing for one position in the team. Does that almost make it difficult, frustrating, awkward?
Not at all. I think this is football, Iksan has some qualities I don't have, and I have some qualities Iksan doesn't have, or any other striker in the team. It would be nice to play together, but maybe it doesn't suit. But for us now, it's for anyone to help the team. Iksan scored, unfortunately not enough to get the win, but I think anyone that contributes, that's the only goal for us, is to help the team win. It can be anyone scoring, can be a centre-back, midfielder, anyone, but we just have to win.
Absolutely. Before we look ahead to Tuesday's assignments, I just want to touch on something about Thursday's game. We've talked about the back pass, we've talked about the missed chances. Another phrase that is trending is sideways passing, right? The team almost was happy to try and keep control of the ball rather than really penetrate. Is that the coach's prerogative? Is that what he wants you guys to do?
I think when you're winning 1-0 in such a very important game to get 3 points and the time is almost over, I think you tend to just go into your shell a little bit and try to play it a bit safe. I think that's a bit normal, but of course, they were 10 men. We should have gone for the second goal. And we were still creating chances, but I didn't take my chances. And it's easy to say that when we draw, it's easy to say, like, should we play more attacking and things like that. But if I finish my chances, then the words will be otherwise, you know what I mean? So it's very easy to just say that we were a bit defensive maybe when there were 10 men playing side to side. But that's not the case. I think this is football. We have to learn. And I think next game is our chance to redeem ourselves. And it's a do or die, like you said. And it's not that we can't do it. The fans, everyone knows that we can do it. It's just we have to put full focus in, and this is the most I've been motivated. I'm very enthusiastic about this game against India because I want to prove to myself, that's the most important, prove to myself that I can do it.
I love to hear that. Gavin touched on fueling the fire ahead of this second game. Haris has touched on making things right. I can feel your enthusiasm. I can feel the need for redemption. But is there almost an element of burden of pressure going into this one because it's do or die?
Pressure is good for the team. Pressure is good for me because if there's no pressure, you'll just be happy wherever you are. And I think this is the big games you want to play, Asian Cup. We want to make this a reality for everyone back home as well. So for me, I've been playing with a lot of pressure throughout my life. This is just another game, but a very important one as well. And I'm just going to prepare myself how I prepare for every game, and always going to keep on smiling and doing what I love to play football. And I hope this Tuesday we can bring back 3 massive points and keep it on track.
Now, Ilhan, away days are never easy, right? You're traveling to unfamiliar territory.
Yes.
There could be a hostile crowd waiting for you when you go out at Goa Stadium. I understand there was a 15-hour commute from Singapore to Goa as well. How do you deal with all of these external factors as a pro?
These things happen, because we have to play away, and it's always very difficult playing away from your home and things like that. But I think we've shown it against Bangladesh. So if we can do it once, why not twice? For us, we are really focused. I think team has recovered well in terms of morale and things like that. We know there's no time to be sad because this game on Tuesday is going to be a do or die. Who wants it more? Who wants it more will take it. And I think the boys are ready. Enough said from Coach Gavin and Haris. I can't wait for Tuesday.
I have to ask you, it seems like the enthusiasm is there, the heart is willing, right? But the Lions are going to be hamstrung because there are absentees for Team Singapore. Shah Shahiran and Raihan Stewart are suspended. Safwan, in all likelihood, looks like he's going to miss out through injury. How does the team overcome that, not just physically on the pitch, but mentally? Because the 3 players I mentioned, they started on Tuesday and they are key players for Singapore.
Yeah, missing your starters are always not good, but this is football. Injuries happen and also suspensions happen. I think it's a good time for the players on the bench to be ready, who can step up. And I think football is 26 men, so everyone has to be ready. Anything can happen. So I think the players that will be given the chance have to show and to try and secure their spot now. It's a good chance and in a big game like this. But yeah, it'll be a big miss for us for sure.
Ilhan, this is my final question to you. You've been around long enough. I've been around long enough to know Singapore football has had one too many false dawns, right? How sure are you then that we can prevent that being the narrative at full time on Tuesday? You've already mentioned redemption, being fired up, enthusiastic, but I want you to speak to the listeners and the fans and explain why we are doing all we can, or you boys are doing everything you can to prevent this is yet another false dawn.
Yeah, I think, now is a very big chance for us to qualify for the Asian Cup. I think we want it to be a reality for everyone back home. Our dream is to go to the Asian Cup. Like our captain said, Haris Harun, there's still a burning fire in Singapore and I want to see that fire lit up again. So yeah, for myself, I'm going to be giving my all on Tuesday. And I'm going to do my best. That's all I can say. And I think the team is also going to try their best because we're playing for the country, our families, everyone back home really want us to do well. And I saw it on in the last game against India at home, how much the fans really want it as well. So I'm really excited and I just can't wait for Tuesday. I think you can hear it in my voice, like I'm really excited. I know it's very hard to bounce back from a draw last game, but football, you have to move on and I'm ready for Tuesday. I'm ready.
Majula Singapura. Ilhan, I've spoken to you a few times, but I must say I haven't seen you this hungry or this fired up in a long, long while. Wishing you and the team all the best for Tuesday's assignment. Thank you so much for speaking to Sports Minutes from Goa.
Thank you so much, Roshan. Take care and we'll bring back 3 points.
Sports Minutes on Money FM 89.3.